Welcome everybody. This breakout session we're going to try and create links between the experience and spirituality of Francis of Assisi and our planetary crises and inner crises. So first of all, I'm going to just give a brief, how does one encapsulate Francis in 10 minutes, but a brief outline of why I think Franciscan spirituality and Francis' life is really relevant to our response to the climate crisis. And then we're going to hear the Canticle linked with images on the screen, which I will explain when we get there. So, first of all, just briefly about Francis. Now, you probably, most of you know already rather a lot about Francis of Assisi, but I want to reintroduce him briefly and say why I think his life and spirituality contribute significantly and uniquely to our response to the climate and biodiversity emergency. How can a medieval saint who died just under 800 years ago have anything to say to us on this issue? Francis remains in public perception, at least amongst those who vaguely heard of him, as an animal lover who preached to the birds. Possibly, people also know that he's been called the patron saint of ecology. And it is significant that the current Pope has chosen to take Francis' name, thereby drawing attention to his sense of the saint's relevance for our time. Francis' life and spirituality are crucially not ultimately about his relationship with the animal kingdom. That relationship was only one of the fruits of his passionate love for and identification with Christ crucified. So Francis saw the self-giving love and suffering of Christ on the cross as the unique and crystallized expression of God's outpouring of love in and towards and through all creation. As a result, Francis himself encountered and recognized Christ in all creation, human and non-human, animate and inanimate, in all its beauty and tragedy. All created things were brother and sister. All creation, one family, interconnected, interrelated, bonded. When one part suffered, all suffered. Why might this matter to us? Francis' love for everything can become contagious if it arises in our hearts on hearing stories about his life. It gives a new depth and meaning to all created things, which can then become sacramental for us. So we feel even more keenly the loss of so many individual creatures and whole species, and the widespread degradation of our beautiful planet caused by selfishness, arrogance, and careless greed. And we have a heightened sense of the injustice of it all for the poor and marginalized of our own and other species. And yet Francis, by his example, does not leave us in despair and grief. His response to the outpouring of God's love and identification with those who suffer was to emulate it without needing to know the outcome. He lived contemplatively, treasuring every moment, whether it be of suffering or joy. Every act of compassion was significant in itself. Love was never wasted, and never is today either. And that includes compassionate action on behalf of Mother Earth and all creation, whatever form that action takes. Similarly, Francis, trusting in God, exemplified beautifully living in the moment. He knew that God also treasures each and every act of love and never forgets it, even if cruelty, selfishness, and careless brutality seem to triumph over and over again. Francis went even further. As his physical health worsened, his life became more and more an act of praise. In 1224, 2 years before he died at the age of about 44, his identification with Christ crucified had seared itself into his body, when one day on a mountaintop, he received the physical wounds of Christ in his hands, feet, and side. And then, as the illness that led to his early death worsened, he composed the hymn of praise known as the Canticle of the Preachers. In a moment, I'm going to read out the Canticle. Accompanying it will be a series of images. These images will be in pairs. After the introductory pair, there will be a modern Italian artist's illustration of each stanza, paired with an image linking the canticle to today's planetary suffering. By doing this, I hope to bring Francis and his experience into our modern context. Afterwards, we can sit in silence for a minute or so, and then there will be time for responding to what we have seen. So let's just settle ourselves before I begin. Most high, all-powerful, all-good Lord, all praise is yours, all glory, all honour, and all blessings. To you alone, Most High, do they belong, and no mortal lips are worthy to pronounce your name. Praised be you, my Lord, with all your creatures, especially so brother Sun, who is the day, through whom you give us light. And he is beautiful and radiant with great splendour. Of you, Most High, he bears the likeness. Praised be you, my Lord, through Sister Moon and the stars. In the heavens you have made them bright, precious, and fair. Praised be you, my Lord, through brothers wind and air, and fair and stormy all weather's moods, by which you cherish all that you have made. Praised be you, my Lord, through Sister Water, so useful, humble, precious, and pure. Praised be you, my Lord, through Brother Fire, through whom you light the night, and he is beautiful, and playful, and robust, and strong. Praised be you, my Lord, through your sister, Mother Earth, who sustains and governs us, producing varied fruits with coloured flowers and herbs. Praised be you, my Lord, through those who grant pardon for love of you and bear sickness and trial. Blessed are those who endure in peace. By you, Most High, they will be crowned. Praised be you, my Lord, through Sister Death, from whom no one living can escape. Woe to those who die in mortal sin. Blessed are they she finds doing your will. No second death can do harm. Praise and bless my Lord, and give him thanks, and serve him with great humility.